So we now sort of flip the coin slightly. And this is now, you've successfully sold your property, going on to the buying side. So when you come on to buy your property. So as I mentioned at the beginning, the aim when you come to buy your property is to become what I term the preferred purchaser. And what a preferred purchaser means is that you are seen by the estate agent, you're seen by the house seller as the most reliable and the most secure individual or buyer for that property, but not necessarily at the highest monetary amount. Because of course, at the end of the day, someone can offer you cloud9 money, but if they are in a 5-man link chain and it's all looking rather shaky, they can offer what they like, because at the end of the day, that's very high risk. If someone is cash, in a briefcase, in rented, champing at the bit, and they'll do the deal in 4 weeks, you're going to go with that option. So how do you become a preferred purchaser? As we've mentioned, it's getting yourself into the best possible buying position. Ideally, the ACE card is going into rented accommodation. It just means that you get effectively red carpet treatment the whole way, and you will outdo anyone else that's involved in a chain because you are seen as low risk. When you come to buy, sounds silly, but do get your cash funds ready. Take them out of the HSBC Swiss bank account, bring them back on shore. Don't have them in stocks and shares whereby it's a 5-month lead out notice period to get them. You need to think about timings and pull the plug and get them into a nominated account. Key when you come to buy is once they are in the nominated account, get a screenshot or a bank statement, scan it into your computer and email it to yourself. Because when you then come to negotiate, you've got proof of your cash funds instantly to hand. So you can turn around instantly to the estate agent and say, I am cash, bang, straight away. You are then very much on the forward footing. The estate agent may not have asked for it yet. Most agents who are worth their salt and good at their job will ask for it at some point, but you're just seen as proactive. You're on the case. You know what you're doing. The estate agent can relax and it gets passed on to the house seller vendor, and away you go. It just makes things so much easier. The other thing which people very, very often overlook is mortgages. And it's a big hot topic at the moment, and they still remain jolly tough to get. So when you come to buy, sadly gone are the days, it's not good enough anymore saying to your mortgage broker, what do you think I could get? And he'll turn around and say, well, Alex, I think I can probably get you 300,000. Do call me when you find the right property. Absolutely wrong advice. Don't do it. What you need to do is get your mortgage broker, not necessarily a high street bank. I always say go to a broker that is whole of market. They don't always necessarily charge you anything as well, because they can claim a fee from whichever provider they sort of suggest. But get what's called an AIP, an agreement in principle. So this is taking you on from initial application through various steps and stages, and whoever, NatWest will write to you and they'll say, Alex, one bit of paper, very happy to give you £300,000 in a mortgage. That is your AIP. As we did with the bank statements, scan it in, email it to yourself. It's part of your proof of funding. But again, people often trip up at that point. So when you come to buy, the last thing you want is to be faffing around and you haven't actually got a mortgage ready, and you will come undone as a result. The other thing, again, when you come to buy, is do get your conveyancing solicitor ready. There's much less to do, but again, get client ID signed off with them, get your file open and make sure they're ready. Have a surveyor in mind as well, and make sure that they're not going away on holiday for 3 months, and make sure they're available. If you are looking at that type of property, make sure you've got your trusted refurb team on standby. And again, keep the personal rapport. It's all about people. Keep it up with the agent and the vendor, because as we know, once you go under offer, there are quite a few obstacles to get to exchange. The better you get on with people, the more likely you can overcome those issues. So when I was acting for a client, and this happened to be in North London, we were negotiating, we agreed terms, and I instantly supplied on my client's behalf proof of upfront, that's our cash funds, that's an agreement in principle. He then said, it's agreed, I'll just type out the memorandum of sale so the solicitors can start speaking. He emailed that out. In 2 hours of that being received, I had my solicitor calling him for extra information. I had my building surveyor calling saying, can I have access? I had my mortgage broker ringing him saying, what are the details? I need it. All of a sudden, the estate agent slightly on his back foot, not quite what he's expecting. And we turned the tables. We became the one that was negotiating to the one now that was commanding the situation and calling the shots. So as I said, it's about bolting out the tracks, best foot forward, and it then meant that if we came to renegotiate post-survey, you were doing so from a position of strength. Thankfully, in this example, there wasn't a need. It flew through survey, but it just goes to show if you start off with good intent, you get the estate agent, you get the vendor with you, and you all head off in the same direction.